There's one character in the amazing Digital Circus who's been suffering longer than anyone else, and I don't mean a long time in some vague storytelling way. I mean, we can now calculate the exact number of years. Episode 8 gave us everything we need to figure it out, but the answer? It's way more disturbing than you'd expect. So, how do we actually know how long Kinger's been trapped? Because here's the thing. The show never says it directly. There's no line of dialogue where someone says, "Hey, it's been 18 years." You have to piece it together using dates from the episode, confirmed lore from Gooseworks, and one detail most people completely missed. Let me break it down. The Digital Circus was created on October 15th, 1996, but it wasn't designed to trap people. Not yet. It started as a project inside a company called C&A. The first human pulled into the circus was Scratch. That happened in 1999, 3 years after the system was built, and shortly after Scratch, the rest of the original group arrived together, all on the same day. Kinger was one of them. So was his wife, Queenie. Now pay attention to this. Gooseworks confirmed during a live stream that the events of TADC take place in 2017. So, from 1999 to 2017, that's 18 years. Kinger has been trapped inside the Digital Circus for 18 years. But here's where it gets really dark. And this is the part that changed everything for me. Kinger wasn't just some random person who stumbled into the circus. He worked at C&A. He was a programmer there. He studied computer science for 7 years. And during that time, he helped create an AI. That AI, it was Caine. Think about that. The guy who's been slowly losing his mind inside this digital prison literally helped build the thing that's keeping him there. He created his own warden. That's not just tragic, that's a horror movie. And then, one by one, everyone he knew started to abstract. His coworkers, his friends, people he'd worked alongside at C&A in the real world, gone. And Queenie, his wife, she abstracted too. If you watched the episode 8 flashback, you saw Caine lowering an abstracted Queenie into the cellar, and Kinger just standing there. That moment says everything. He watched the person he loved most disappear, and there was nothing he could do about it. Kinger was 48 when he entered the circus. That means by 2017, he spent nearly half of his entire life inside. Half. Let that sit for a second. Now here's a detail that I think explains everything about Kinger's behavior. After Queenie abstracted, after all the original C&A employees were gone, Kinger was the only human left, completely alone. Just him and Caine, wandering an empty circus with no one to talk to. And that period lasted years. Ragata didn't arrive until 2008, so depending on when exactly Queenie abstracted, Kinger could have spent up to 9 years in total isolation. No other humans, no connection, nothing. I think that's the period that broke him. The pillow fort, the paranoia, the flinching at everything. It all makes sense when you realize what he went through. Quick side note, because this is a really clever detail. Ragata has been in the circus for 9 years by the time the show takes place. And you might remember that in episode 5, Jax makes a Breaking Bad joke that goes completely over her head. Well, Breaking Bad premiered in January 2008. Ragata got pulled into the circus later that same year. She missed it by months. That's why she didn't get the reference. Such a small detail, but Gooseworks doesn't miss. Now, here's something that keeps bugging me. The big question fans keep asking is whether the characters actually age inside the circus. Because if they do, Kinger is around 66 by now. If they don't, his body is still 48, but his mind has lived through nearly 2 decades of trauma. Honestly, I'm not sure which is worse. But there's a bigger question underneath all of this. If Kinger helped build Caine, and episode 8 showed us he still understands the system at a deep level when he's thinking clearly, could he be the only person capable of actually shutting the whole thing down? He already accidentally deleted Caine by accessing the source code. What if that wasn't an accident? What if somewhere in the back of his fractured mind, Kinger always knew he was the only one who could end this? 18 years. That's how long Kinger has been inside the Digital Circus. He helped create it. He watched it destroy everyone he loved. And somehow, through all of that, he's still standing. He hasn't abstracted. He hasn't given up. He's broken, sure, but he's still there. And honestly, that might be the most heartbreaking part of the entire show.